Alright, welcome back to Knucklehead Garage. In today's video, we're going to be fixing this 2005 Honda Element with a bad VVT solenoid. Alright, so let's get into this. You're going to need a 10mm socket, maybe extension, just a regular 3/8 ratchet. Could use this type of extension, and a flashlight, of course. You may need a set of these if you don't have small hands like I do. Even the small hands I have, I still can't get into the connectors that I'm about to show you. Here is the part number for it, TS1147. It's cheaper, to go after the whole kit, because you got a new gasket with a new screen, your oil pressure switch, and your VVT solenoid. It's all together as one kit. So like I say, easier just to buy this instead of just the oil pressure. Engine code that we have is a 2646. Comes back to the oil pressure issue, so and the VVT solenoid. But many things cause this code, which is low or nasty dirty oil. This one is low. It is a little dark, so I am going to change it when I'm done. It is a little brown. It was at the second lower mark. I put a little bit more in it. But anyway, this screen could clog up and cause your issues. Move this cover here, because there's a couple screens that could cause this. There's a screen right here, cover. There's two tins that takes that off, but you got to remove the power steering pump and all that stuff, which I'm gonna have to do to get to it. But yeah, straight down, there's the top tin there. There's two of them. Takes that cover off, and it actually has a screen just like this one has. And we're going to have to remove that and replace that and clean that. But to get to this VVT solenoid, it's on the back of the passenger side head, down here. I disconnected the one to the oil pressure switch, and the connector's wet with oil. So that right there tells me already that that sensor's bad, and I can see it inside of the connector. You see it's wet. Then you have your VVT solenoid connector. You can't mix them up. These plug up different, so don't worry about mixing them up. Like I say, there's 3 tins. Want to make sure the car is cold. You don't want to do this when it's hot. Remove the upper brace. Hold your power steering line on just to get more room, so I don't cut my arm all to pieces trying to get in here. It's pretty much one of those things where you got to feel for it to find it. So there's one. Alright, all 3 bolts are out, and boy were they very, very tight. Should just pop off of there. Oil's probably going to come out. That's normal. Yeah, I'd say that screen's clogged. Look at the debris that come out of there. That chunkiness right there. All that stuff in that screen. Yeah, that's going to cause issues. And then the sensor's wet, if you look at it in the light. Alright, so you want to make sure they look the same, which they do. Everything is exactly the same. Bolt holes, sensors. That's about it. The sensor is clocked different, so you'll just have to turn the connector a little ways different than this one. That's not a big deal. That's it. So everything's the same. I'm going to clean up the mating surface on the engine block itself, and then install this back on. Get a rag. It looks dirty, but I promise it's clean. I've washed it, just didn't use bleach. Get a little mirror like this to look behind it so I can clean the surface. See if I can get a better view. There you go. It's not too bad. Just take a rag and clean that surface up right there. So that way when we put the other solenoid on, and the gasket will be able to seal a lot better. Alright, so it's installed and the two connectors are plugged back in. You want to snug those bolts down, but you got to be careful when you're doing that. You don't want to snap them off. I will try to find the torque specs for this, and if I do, I will throw it on the screen right here right now of what it should be torqued to. But the way I usually do it is just, you know, snug enough, tight, and that should be good. The bolts are very, very tight when I took them off. So alright, so now it's all buttoned up. Let's go ahead and change the oil real quick, knock that out. I was going to change the little screen filter down here on the front half, but they don't have that in stock, and it is 9:30 already, so I won't make it to the parts store to get that, you know, and the customer needs the vehicle back, so I need to get this done and back on the road. So that sensor's done. That should take care of the code. If it does not after that and the oil change, then more than likely that screen's probably dirty as well, and the other solenoid for the variable valve timing could be clogged up with debris, because that oil just doesn't look good. It's pretty brown colored, and it does kind of smell like gas. Alright, let's go over the codes real quick. One has not been completed, so that means that they've probably tried resetting the battery, like unplugging it, trying to reset the code. And there's one code in the computer. Come on. 2646, rocker arm actuator system performance stuck off, bank 1. So erased it, and go ahead and fire it up and run it for a minute, and then change the oil, and then take it for a test drive. 221,703 miles. Alright, next day, let's take it for a test drive. This thing actually drives really well. Shifts good. 221,000 miles, you can't really tell. Besides the Swiss cheese of rust on the rear end. Yeah, I found that out when I changed the oil last night. Not great. I'll throw some pictures up that I took, but yeah, she ain't pretty. Other than that, I mean, Honda's driving great. So far, no check engine light and 3.5 miles. Need to do at least 50 to 100 and make sure that the light don't come back on. Alright, so an update on the Element. It has been a few days. I've been putting some miles on this thing, and honestly, it's been great. I actually kind of want one of these. It's kind of growing on me, the whole box thing, you know, and the seats fold down and it turns into like a truck bed, a car, and an SUV all together. Pretty sweet, and it's four-wheel drive. Not that I really need it down here, but anyway, we have racked up to about 70 some miles now. Check engine light has never come back on since, and runs smooth. Everything works like it's supposed to, so customers ready to come and pick it up. I've actually kind of enjoyed driving this thing around. Like I say, you know, the whole box thing's growing on me, but clean the engine bay up and fresh oil change. You can't even see it, it's so clear now. So, but anyhow, no issues. VTEC does work, I will say that. So I believe that's going to conclude this video of how to fix your 2646 code on your 05 Honda Element. But really and truly, this covers majority of the Hondas out there with this same particular engine, 2.4 VTEC 4-cylinder. So, have any questions or comments, leave them in the bottom. I'll try my best to get to them as always. And as I always say at the end of videos, guys, like, share, subscribe, comment below, let me know what you think, and stay tuned for more content coming your way. Back to another vehicle back on the road fixed. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more. Catch you later.